Robert Downey Jr. can be considered one of the best known actors. I'm sure all of us know him and think of him the second we hear his name. Stay tuned, because today's video is dedicated to his life, career, and of course his car collection. Robert John Downey Jr. is an American actor and producer who was born on the 4th of April 1965 in Manhattan, New York City. His early career was marked by critical and popular success, followed by a period of substance misuse and legal issues, and then a revival of commercial success later in his career. Downey was surrounded by drugs as a child. Downey's father, a drug addict, let him try marijuana when he was just 6 years old, an incident that his father later regretted. Drug use established an emotional tie between Downey and his father, he later recalled. Downey eventually began consuming booze every night and made 1,000 phone calls in search of drugs, which later became an obsession he had to free himself from, and he successfully did. Downey had modest appearances in his father's films when he was younger. At the age of 5, he made his acting debut in the absurdist comedy Pound. At the age of 7, he starred in the surrealist western Greaser's Palace. He later appeared in the teen films Weird Science and Less Than Zero with the Brat Pack. Downey was nominated for an Academy Award for Best Actor and won a BAFTA Award for his performance as Charlie Chaplin in the biopic Chaplin in 1992. He joined the TV series Ally McBeal, for which he received a Golden Globe Award after a spell at the Corcoran Substance Abuse Treatment Facility on drug charges. In the wake of drug allegations in 2000 and 2001, he was sacked from the show. He completed a court-ordered drug treatment program and he's been clean since 2003. Bond completion companies initially refused to insure Downey until Mel Gibson paid the insurance bond for his 2003 picture, The Singing Detective. He then went on to star in the black comedy Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, the thriller Zodiac, and the action comedy Tropic Thunder, for which he received an Academy Award nomination for Best Supporting Actor. Downey rose to international prominence after playing Tony Stark, Iron Man, in 10 Marvel Studio films, beginning with Iron Man. MCU creator Stan Lee said that according to him, Robert Downey Jr. was born to portray Iron Man. His role of Tony Stark and Iron Man was as if he was playing himself. He runs Stark Industries, which makes current military weapons and high-technology devices and gadgets in the film, and he is one of the world's most brilliant brains. He also starred in Guy Ritchie's Sherlock Holmes, for which he won his second Golden Globe, and its sequel, Sherlock Holmes: A Game of Shadows, for which he won his first. He is an amazingly talented actor. I'd love to tell you more about his life and career because they are truly incredible. But we're not here only for this, right? It's time to look at his car collection. Here are 15 cars we can see in Robert Downey Jr.'s garage. Number 15. The Mercedes-Benz Pagoda. There are people who own extremely new-look automobiles, modern cars, supercars, Rolls-Royces, and a plethora of pricey cars. And then there are those like Robert Downey Jr. who own a plethora of old cars. He not only possesses old automobiles, but also a large number of new cars and versions. The Mercedes-Benz Pagoda made its debut in Geneva in 1963. This car will be 59 years old in 2022. You can imagine how lovely the sound this old item creates, and how incredible it is to own such a car and drive it on the road while admiring its beauty. Number 14. The Mercedes-Benz SL550 Coupe Convertible. The 4.7-litre bi-turbo V8 engine in the Mercedes SL550 Coupe Convertible delivers 449 horsepower. This automobile is ideal for lengthy travels, and Robert Downey Jr. adores them. He lives in California, where the weather encourages you to take a long drive. It has a top speed of 165 miles an hour and can go from 0 to 60 miles an hour in 5.8 seconds. Number 13. The Porsche 993. The Porsche 993 refers to the Porsche 11 model that was produced and sold between January 1995 and early 1998. It took the place of the 964. It was the last air-cooled 911 variant to be produced. This is cool, and it resembles a small sedan automobile. The Porsche 993 engine produces 282 horsepower and 250 pound-feet of torque. This automobile accelerates from 0 to 60 miles an hour in 5.9 seconds and weighs 3,249 pounds. Number 12. The 1970 Ford Mustang Boss 302. The Ford Mustang Boss 302 is a high-performance variation of the Ford Mustang that was first made in 1969 and 1970, and then again in 2012 and 2013. The 1970 model can go from 0 to 60 miles an hour in 6.9 seconds, and it took 14.6 seconds to complete the quarter mile at 98 miles an hour. Number 11. The Scura NSX Concept. If you notice, Downey's cars all have the number Stark 33 on them, and one of his highly unique automobiles with this number is the Scura NSX. The new hybrid superhandling AWD system will be used in the NSX. The V6 engine, most likely a 3.5 or 3.7 litre, will be mated to a 7-speed dual-clutch transmission that will drive the rear wheels. A system with a net punch of roughly 400 horsepower might be created. Number 10. The red Audi R8 Convertible. Robert's favourite car is the Audi R8 Convertible. He owns the red one. Convertibles and vintage cars occupies a special place in his garage because he enjoys travelling and touring. It includes a V10 engine with a 7-speed automatic transmission and a cab that produces 610 brake horsepower, as well as a long chassis and plenty of cargo room. Number 9. The 1965 Chevrolet Corvette. Robert's connection to vintage cars is no longer a secret. He appears to be a guy of old theatres when films used this automobile, and this car held the place of luxury in that era, and he appears to be a huge admirer of that era. Robert is a proud owner of a 1965 Chevrolet Corvette. This makes me feel like I'm watching an old classic vehicle movie. Number 8. The 2009 Audi R8. Robert's Audi e-tron GT was revealed by none other than our Iron Man himself, Robert Downey Jr. His garage reflects his relationship with the Audi brand. These are the same models but different versions, with the 2014 model having some additional features. The Audi R8 boasts a 4.2 litre V8 engine that produces 420 horsepower. The car has a top speed of 187 miles per hour and can accelerate from 0 to 60 miles an hour in just 4.4 seconds. Number 7. The 2014 Audi R8. The actor owns a large number of Audis. He purchased 2 Audi R8s, the first in 2009 and the second in 2014. This is an incredible vehicle to drive. It has a 602 horsepower 5.2 litre V10 engine. It can accelerate from 0 to 60 miles an hour in only 3.9 seconds and reach a top speed of 207 miles an hour. Number 6. Ferrari California T. Robert Downey Jr. owns a Ferrari California, which he is quite proud of. In 2014, Ferrari released the California T variant. It has a 90 V8 4.2 litre turbocharged petrol engine with a 7-speed automated transmission that produces 482.7 brake horsepower. It is a coupe vehicle that can accelerate from 0 to 60 miles an hour in 3.7 seconds and achieves a top speed of 194 miles an hour. Ferrari's design never ceases to excite, and this vehicle is no exception. Number 5. the Fisker Karma. Robert was a part of the Hare Krishna movement, and one of the Lord Krishna's lessons is that a green and clean environment is needed today. The environment is harmed by air pollution. Yes, you heard that correctly. Robert is involved in a variety of social activities, and he is now looking for new ways to eliminate pollution. The Fisker Karma is a green car for the wealthy, or an environmentally conscious supercar. Number 4. The Bentley Continental. Since 2003, Bentley Motors have been producing and marketing the Bentley Continental, a grand tourer. Bentley Continental has a W12 6-litre petrol engine with twin turbochargers and an automated transmission with 8 gear ratios. The top speed is 195 miles an hour, and it comes with a long list of amenities. In addition, he owns a Bentley Continental GT. Number 3. The Nissan GTR. Many Hollywood celebrities must maintain their public image as well as their status, and one way to do so is to display your riches and passion for your work through your automobiles, land, or mansions and property. The Nissan GTR is regarded as one of the best in its class. Many big names in the entertainment industry own this beast. Nissan GTR is also owned by Robert Downey Jr. Number 2. The Audi A7. Many cars from the 20th and 21st centuries can be found in the superhero's car collection. One of his many magnificent cars, the Audi A7, offers a plethora of elegant and modern amenities. Some are simply the icing on the cake. The RDG Garage Audi A7 has a 2-litre turbo inline-4 plug-in hybrid with a 7-speed automatic 362 horsepower hybrid motor that can accelerate from 0 to 60 miles an hour in 6.9 seconds and has a top speed of 155 miles an hour. Number 1. The Audi A8. His collection comes to a close with this vehicle. Robert Downey Jr. owns a number of Audi vehicles, each of which is unique and has its own set of features. Audi is not just a luxury car, but also a mileage, average performance and comfort and safety definition. This luxury premium sedan comes with a 3-litre turbocharged V6 petrol engine that produces 335 horsepower and 500 Newton meters of torque, as well as a 7.27 miles per gallon fuel economy. This A8L has a top speed of 155 miles an hour and a 0 to 60 miles an hour time of 4.5 seconds. It's surprising that he doesn't own a Rolls-Royce, since almost every celebrity owns one, but his car collection is luxurious and rich even without one. Finally, I'd like to share one of my favourite quotes from the star of today's video. The lesson is that you can still make mistakes and be forgiven. Many of us are frightened to make mistakes because we believe we will not be forgiven or given the opportunity to make things right, which is far from the case. You are a human being, and as such, you are free to make as many mistakes as you like as long as you learn from them. The most important thing is that you forgive yourself for your faults, and then everyone else will as well. Thank you for watching this episode. If you want to see other celebrity car collections, let me know in the comments below. Please make sure you like and subscribe to this video and channel, since that'll help us make more content like this for you to enjoy.